My name is Kim Fields, and this is my testimony. My oldest, Jackson, is on our youth worship team. You'll see him with his hot pink guitar. He does awesome. He's just learning with that. Amara and Lincoln both serve with me in Harvest Kids. Amara's in the 2 and 3-year-old room. Lincoln is actually in the 4 and 5s, and we just all love serving together. So I went from a very normal life, good grades in school, active in band, everything. And then overnight, everything changed. I was just not there. I was so checked out. So most of my formative teen years was spent without my dad. He was gone. And then my mom just struggling in this horrible situation after ending a 19-year marriage. And then there's just us trying to figure it out. I went into the factory life right away, wanted to make money. I thought that was what I needed in life. Did everything on my own. By 19, I became pregnant with my first child. I thought I had life figured out. This is it. This is the course of the rest of my life. I'm going to raise my family. It is going to be awesome. I was 19. That did not happen. That is not at all how it happened. When my son was born, I realized right away that something was different. And when he was 7 months old, he was put into the PICU at Memorial Hospital, and he had RSV, pneumonia, other infections. He was very sick. I am in shock. I have no idea what's happening. I remember looking at a nurse one night, and I'm just impatient. Hey, when can I get home? And the nurse reminded me that babies that small and that sick often don't go home. I didn't have God in my life. I didn't grow up that way. I didn't have an answer. I didn't have anyone to go to. I had my mom, I had my son. I didn't know what to do. But I had an aunt. And what my aunt had was a really awesome church life. And she told my mom that she had started a prayer chain that went from Michigan to Florida. And all of them were praying for my son to get better. And within 48 hours, the child that I was told might not come home was home. I become pregnant again. I am pregnant with my daughter. And my partner decided that he could not handle a sick child, another baby. And very shortly after I found out I was pregnant with my daughter, he left and we never saw him again. And then I was truly just a single mom with 2 kids. And I was 21. I reconnected with an old friend. We got married. He adopted my kids. We had a son together. I really thought that was great. And we were comfortable for a while. And then it just wasn't, like I said, I was seeking love. That just wasn't it. So around the time that I was about 25, I was a single mom to 3 kids. I am raising my kids, and I wanted them involved in something. And I wanted to be involved in something outside of my job. And I remembered in high school, a girl went to a church, and I remember her praying for us in marching band. And it was so powerful. And I was like, that is what I want for my kids. And I was like, I'm going to try church. I'm going to do this. Maybe this is what I am missing. I want to get my kids involved. So I kind of accidentally stumbled into Harvest. So it's my first church service, one of the first worship songs I hear everything I need, my Father has it. I don't have a father. I had no idea what that meant. And I remember rolling my eyes and thinking this doesn't apply to me. This doesn't apply to me. And then when Jeremy started preaching about anxiety and depression, I opened my ears a little bit more. And if you haven't picked up on this in some of my story, being that lost in life, you kind of naturally have lots of anxiety and depression. And I was like, okay, maybe this does apply to me. And at the end of the service, I just had all this wave of emotion. And when it was do you want to renew your relationship with God? I just felt that this was something that I didn't know anything about. I had no idea how to do this, but I felt so pulled that this is what I needed. And maybe this was what I was looking for. I mean, that's when I accepted Jesus into my life. God loves me in a way that I don't understand. And so oh man. So I'm able to love my kids in a way that I can't comprehend. Everything I need, my Father does have. Because I am not looking for an earthly father. That Jesus, God, was able to step in and he was able to be the father that I was looking for. So this whole time in my adult life, I've been searching for this thing, this love, this great love to impact me. And all of that was taken care of with God. And if I have stress and I have anxiety, if I'm emotional, like I really can just put that all out there and say, I need help. And like, I need you to take this for me because I can't do it anymore. And how do you learn to love like that if you were never loved like that? And my answer is just that God loves me that way.